Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa. No, I'm Millie. Welcome to CastWorks podcast. This is episode 2. I am filling in for the indubitable, lovely, beautiful, gorgeous Melissa. And joining me today, of course, is Lane. You know him from every other podcast because this is his shtick. I'm just sitting in. I'm just filling in, and we are chatting about CraftWorks and chatting about Minecraft and doing some fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, welcome everybody.
We just spent an hour talking, right? And it's chat for anybody who gets the chance to ever talk with Millie. It is always the quickest hour of your life.
I
Always.
think talking with anybody on this server though is like the quickest. Like all of a sudden, 2 hours have gone by, and
Well,
you're like,
it
I haven't
is.
built anything. I've just chatted because
Well,
it's been
it
so much
is.
fun.
But I feel like that for me happens the most when I'm chatting with you. Like me and you have not got to spend too much time together this season because of my screwed
No.
up work schedule. But I know in the past I've lost many of hours just chatting.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
And
we
it's
can't.
always the, oh well, I gotta go, I gotta do this, and then an hour later we finally log off.
Oh my gosh, it's been how many nights have we stayed up past midnight, like just chitty chatting because we've lost track of time and
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Lazy
it's
work.
crazy work. I can't say it like Melissa does, but oh my gosh.
Lazy work.
All right, so part 2. We already had our first chitty chat about kind of, running the server, taking over CraftWorks, and how that has shaped up in season 3. And then we thought, why don't we talk a little bit about, well, we're gonna come into some questions that some folks dropped us right before, like literally like an hour ago, in the Discord. And then we're also going to talk about, just like what Minecraft and how we go about our life, real life, and Minecraft and YouTube content. I
Yeah.
think is what we kind of discussed to talk about this hour. How do you do it? How do you go about your like life Minecraft YouTube balance?
Okay, so this might come as a surprise, but my Minecraft YouTube life has become my life. like
Shark Pikachu face.
like I might not be a full-time YouTuber, but boy do I sink the hours into it.
Have you seen his builds? Yes. If you have, chat, you know how much time he spends.
Look, and chat, I'm trying to talk myself out of getting 66,000 blocks to build this other thing that I
And we're
probably
trying
don't
to
need.
convince him to do the thing anyway, but
And I
I mean, we
probably
still have a
will,
few
but
months left, so
yeah. Like that build's big enough to be a mega base on its own. But
season 4.
yeah. But yeah, so the Minecraft YouTube balance with life and everything, that's what I'm still figuring out as I go, I think. Trying to remember to separate like work from my life has been one thing, and then trying to separate my life from YouTube has been another thing. But it's hard to separate my life from YouTube because I really enjoy YouTube, you know? And like I want this to be my life. I want it to be my livelihood. I want it to be what, you know, what I do forever. And so it's hard to separate that, which
Yeah,
for
I
me
can see
hasn't
that.
been a problem, but I don't know. It's been kind of weird. I think the hardest part for me is remembering to set aside time for myself rather than spending all of my time doing this, which I've gotten better about lately, but it's still not quite perfect
Just
because like I
just not
keep,
all the time you need. Like
yeah.
you spending enough time playing on your guitar, you playing on like doing some studying and stuff, and then having to get all that fit in now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like trying to be able it for me it's getting in the mindset of being okay with stepping away from recording mode for a bit. That's the hard part, especially coming from the background of weekly videos that I did for like 2 years straight, you know?
Yep.
So that was an incredibly difficult shift. And now, okay, well to rewind a little bit. when I made the shift to going to mostly bi-weekly videos, it was mainly because my work schedule just got horrible.
Mhm. Yep.
And now it's better, but it's not much better. I basically made that shift so like I'd spend my daytime trying to record before I'd have to go to work.
Mhm.
And thing about it is when you wake up, you don't want your super sleepy voice in all of your recordings. So like I'm trying to give
Oh,
myself
yeah.
enough time and warm up my voice before I start doing it, which
Yep.
that takes time to do. And then so by the time I start recording, it takes a little bit longer. So in those days, like it was just I couldn't separate it. Even when I had my days off, it was just full of content creation because I was trying to get caught up.
Mhm.
Um, but now, because my schedule's a little bit better, I'm able to take a little bit more time to myself and play other games and do other things and whatnot. So like that's been a thing because even though I'm not again a full-time creator, I'm putting in the hours like it. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to remind yourself to take a break sometime. It's the equivalent of working two jobs, which is how I've explained it to my boss. My boss knows
Yeah,
that I
it
do this,
absolutely
so
is.
yeah, it absolutely is. And it's funny. So my boss knows that I do this, and she's super supportive of this. Like
Okay, that's cool.
anytime I've said, hey, there's like a charity event like Crafting Hope. Could I get off at this time so this way I could go and be a part of this? She's like, I got you. Whatever you need to do. It just last week, I was like, hey, Waste is starting today. Obviously I don't tell her exactly like that because she doesn't know anything about this world really. It'd be like, look, I've got this thing that's starting now. Do you mind if I step out? You've got the people here. I should be there for that. This is a good opportunity. And then she's
Mhm.
again like, yeah, go for it. And so she's all gung ho on that. And then like I've even heard her explain it to our upper bosses as my second job.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But, upper bosses, they don't like to hear that. Yeah, I don't know. The separation, it's kind of
It's not
non-existent
quite
for me.
there. You're
Yeah.
starting to get there, but not quite there. Yeah, my worlds are very separate. So I'll come at it from like I work obviously a full time job, 5 days a week. It's one of those 9 to 5 things. And when we first started out, like it was every night I'd be on Craftworks, like every night.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I was putting out like sometimes 2 videos a week. I had to like literally pull myself in and rein myself back in this season to go,
Yeah.
no, you got to put in one a week
And
max.
take some time to yourself.
Take some time to myself, read a book, watch TV, spend some time with my significant other, like do things outside of that. Listen to a record. I just got into records lately. Like
Yeah.
I my mom gave me my dad's old record player. So um and you can't just have that on in the background while you're playing a game. No, you have to go like consciously put it on and then flip the record over. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've gotten to the point where I don't talk about what I do at my other job. Nobody really like I have a couple people I've shared the real life what's happening here in Minecraft, but I can't like when my boss goes, "Hey, what you doing this weekend?" And I wanted to say, "Oh, I'm recording a podcast this weekend." No, I don't say anything about that. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I have anything planned.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I just don't say anything. And when I come back, I have to make up a whole bunch of kind of like BS things. Like when we started Craft for season 3, like we took all the time off to be able to like actually be on all weekend and like have extra days to do videos and like
Yeah.
prep for that season beginning. And I didn't say a word at work. Like
Yeah.
nobody knew why. I was just like, I just spend some time, just a staycation.
Yeah. Well, that's what I basically referred to mine as to like some of the upper management that doesn't really know like they know I do things like this, but they don't really
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of how I explained it, but the rest of my coworkers, the one that I talk to on the daily basis, they know.
Hmm.
They know every bit of it. My one of my coworkers, I love working with him to death. I swear if we had at least one more of him, that store would run flawlessly. Like he's so invested in what he every week after we started Suffer Together, he's been asking me, "Yo, how's that going?" And
Oh,
stuff
nice.
like that. And yes, like every one of them knows that I do this, and they know how seriously I take doing it, and they're all again so supportive of it, and
Mhm.
like
That's awesome.
yeah, like honestly, like they know more about it than like even my immediate family does. So
See, reverse, my family, my immediate family,
your
my
mom
mom,
comments.
yeah, she comments, she's in almost everybody's thing, she'll probably listen to this, "Hi, mom."
Hi, mom.
Um, and, like, that is like a really important part of my life knowing that like I can get on and talk to her about Lane's newest episode or whoever's newest episode and be able to say, "Oh, hey, look what's been going on in the background and what's been happening and like what plans do I have with Q Prospector?" And
Yeah,
getting her those little insights and stuff has been a lot of fun.
yeah,
And I wish I had more friends that could be like that. Like I have a friend group that I talk about it, but they don't really get into this, even though
right,
they're the ones that introduced me to Minecraft in the first place.
yeah,
Like I'll talk to them a little bit about it and they'll give me congrats. Like when I got 2,000 subs and they were like, congrats. And that's as far as it goes.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
but I
they're like
understand we have
the two
different
weakers, you know.
interests. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it's like it's funny how opposite we are on this actually.
I know, and yet at the same time, like we both like find ourselves loving what we do,
Yeah,
and I mean, like it just we just come at it in different ways. It just means that anybody, however you're coming at it, it's not wrong. Nothing is the wrong way to come about it.
yeah,
Like I know some people who like with you, you kind of go by your real name ish and other
yeah,
people want to separate I separate my real name from this content. And yeah, and it's not for protection or nothing like that. I just don't go by my real name a lot.
yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing. I know whenever like you and I eventually meet in person, I am not going to be able to call you by your real name.
No.
There's no way. There's no way because when I see your face, I think Millie. I don't think
Yep.
your name. You know?
Yep. We have my husband has a coworker and I actually played on an SMP with him for a while and he lives around the corner from us. And it is so hilarious when I go for a walk and I'll see him out and he'll just go, "Hey Millie."
Yeah. Well, I mean, and
And he'll go, "Oh wait," and he'll try to remember my real name, and I'll
yeah,
like just call me Millie. It's fine. Like I'm just so used to it over the years, and I actually started out like doing that at conventions, anime conventions. I just went by that, and
yeah.
like all my friends call me that too.
Well, and see, like, I don't have to worry about that because Lane is my name. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Lane's
my
your
middle
name,
name, but it's
so
my name. You know?
right. I would never call you by your real name because I would just like that would just be too weird. Like your Lane is your face to me too. So
Well, yeah. Well, it's also that way to me. I honestly forget my first name sometimes because, like, well, like I never go by it. You know,
no, I
even
get
as a
it.
child, I never did. So
Oh, okay. So it wasn't did your mom ever pull it out on you, like,
when she
to
would,
yell at you?
boy, did she, and it was always when she was pissed. Let me tell you, always, always, always when that happened.
See, mine was the first and middle name together was when
Yep.
what that would hit, just like they say, but yep, it would be both.
And then you know it was real bad when they'd hit you in with your sibling's name first.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
When they're that frazzled, they can't even remember your
yeah.
name.
When my grandma would, she'd say my cousins' names before she'd get to mine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'm here every day, Grandma. I take care of you. What? You see them maybe once every 3 months. How?
Oh, that's hilarious. I love
Yeah,
that.
but yeah, no, like it's I don't know. Like for me, I don't really have much separation, and I've never really felt the need to have too much because I mean I am me, and it, as you know, after having worked with me for the last few years now,
Yep.
when
Yep.
when
You're
I
you're
get up,
your authentic self, and I think that's the best way to be anytime that you're like
well,
in work and gaming and whatever. Just be you, because then you don't feel like you have to put a mask on at any point.
there's that, but it's also like I I, I had a train of thought. I don't know where it's going. Um,
Uh-oh.
yeah, one of
Did we
those.
derail the train tracks?
No, I don't know. I don't know. No, I think for me, it's like I just well again, yeah, I'm my authentic self, but I'm one of those people that when I get invested in something, it becomes me.
Yeah.
And so I mean that's just it. There is no separation from this with
Yeah,
anything
you
else.
pour everything into it.
Like I mean even walking around in public, my coworkers, some of them like all of them know what I do, but some of them don't even know that like I have merch and stuff like that. So like I showed up to a manager meeting that was scheduled on my day off. You know, or I showed up to that
Of
recently,
course. Love that.
and yeah, so I showed up to it recently with my Lucky Lane Zero hoodie, and then my boss looks up at me like, What is that?" And I'm like, "Don't even, just don't even." Don't even. And then one of my coworkers that I see every day walked around the corner and was like, "Oh, that's your hoodie." I'm like, Yeah, yeah."
Yep. Yep. It's mine. I'm
And then
proud
my
of
boss,
it.
yeah, and then my boss looks at me like, What?" And then I have to explain to her what it is, you know.
I've worn it mine at work, but I'm a remote worker, so it's on video chat and they only get to see like a little tiny bit and
Yeah,
then
yeah. They
nobody
get
asks.
they get to see the
Nobody
flower
thinks
part
about
of the
it.
CraftWorks thing,
Yeah,
you
they get
know.
the flowery part. I'll
Yeah,
sometimes like just for giggles like be drinking out of my travel mug with the CraftWorks logo on it
yeah,
just to see if anybody notices and they don't. And I'm just like, all right, well, I'll have the discussion if it ever happens.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The separation again, it's just basically not even there for me. But there's really not a need for it to be,
No, yeah, and
separated for
it's
me.
it's different. Like, so part of the reason we brought this up was the fact that Teddy had asked us, like, how do you, schedule things into your life to be able to make sure that you're making content and everything else. So, like, quite a few of us said our piece. So, I guess what's your way of doing that? Like, what's the how do you schedule? Like, what's your internal mental struggle to get a video out? I guess would be the thing.
So the mental struggle isn't so much of anything other than opening DaVinci and doing the editing. That's pretty much it. Because I love to do the recording, I love to do the gameplay, I love to do all of it. I love the networking, I love the everything, every aspect of this. And I do enjoy the editing to a degree. But sometimes
Hmm.
I have to hype myself up to do the editing.
I feel that.
And so like that's pretty much it. I mean,
Do you ever find
everything.
yourself struggling because it's kind of like an artist when somebody has a picture, mental picture in your mind of how you want something to go? Do you find yourself like that in the editing portion? It's like I want it to look like this, and when you've got it just so far, you're like, it's not going to look like that.
Yes and
Like,
no. Yes and no.
okay,
I do have some of that, but for the most part, no.
so it does most of the time turn out the way you wanted.
Well, I mean, you've seen my content. I'm a very simple editor for the most part.
I mean,
But
you've been branching out with some of the like the fancier flashbacks and stuff like that.
well,
So
well,
how are
that's
those rolling for you? Because
so
I get very annoyed at myself because it doesn't turn out the way I want.
those like the flashbacks. It's for you viewers, the flashbacks are referring to like my time lapses.
Yep, the replay time lapses. Yep,
And so
he's been
basically,
branching out and going Impala style on some of these
uh,
things. If you
yeah,
don't know him, he was from season 1 and part of season 2, and he has amazing editing style.
yeah. So like for me, I was just trying to channel my inner Impala. When I record my time lapses, I have no idea of how they're gonna look. I never do. Um, but then what I always it starts with the music. I'll pick out the
Okay.
song that I want, and then if you'll notice, like if you listen to the beat of the song, like every bar is when I will change the cinematic of it and stuff like
Okay.
that. Like I'll basically pace it to that, and depending on the area of the song, will depend on how the cinematic goes. So like when I did the monorail building with Blaze, and I edited down that time lapse, for the most part it was very quick. And then when it got to the slower part of the song, I just did like slow cinematics with Blaze walking around and things like that. So like
Hmm.
I just for those I don't have a vision until I actually get into the editing, and even then I don't really have a vision unless the build itself gives me one as I'm time lapsing
Okay.
around it. But as for the rest of my videos when I edit, I my brain's weird. And
We know, Lane. We know.
Thanks. So like as
We're all
I'm
weird here.
yeah, so as I'm recording a clip, I will sometimes have this vision in my head in the moment as I'm doing it, and I will
Hmm.
inherently know, hey, this is going right here. And I don't mean just like word wise or script or anything like that. You know me, I
Hmm.
don't follow script. And so like, I mean, like if I'm gonna do like a silly meme or like a weird little edit or things like that, that's my brain typically knows before I edit. It knows in the moment. Like I recently had a clip with Shronk, and he did this. He did the Tow Mater voice from Cars.
Oh yeah.
The scene he's like, I knew we were going to be friends or whatever.
Hmm.
No, he said, I know I made a good choice.
I know
And
what a good choice.
yeah, that one. And so I took that scene and like I put that over Shrunk as he was saying it
Ah,
in the video.
fun.
Um so it's stuff like that I know in the moment. But
Hmm.
there are times where in the editing room itself I will have an idea, but I'll have no idea how to pull it off. And then by that
Hmm.
point I'll just do the best I can and just move on because I can't sit around all day waiting on it, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I get story ideas, so I think maybe that's the reason that I have trouble a lot of times, and I'll kind of like chicken out and do it the easy way, and then you'll get a video where there's like nothing to do with lore at all because of the fact that I'm like I wanted to do it this way. I'm gonna do this semantic with these people, and none of those people are okay. Wasn't able to record that. Okay, all right. What can I do to fill some time instead?
Yeah.
and and how can I add these villagers that are talking to each other into the video and just to kind of fill it in and give it some life without it being just me talking to myself sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No,
but then
I get it.
like I want to have that story like we'll throw Isabox into it. Hi Izzy. Um she of course has done her cup of tea was a single player straightforward pretty thing, but then you get signals and it's a whole story, and her and Empress Little Bit, same thing. They have these stories that they've done, and they do these whole things with very little other people. And I can't do that, but I want to do it so
Yeah.
bad. And I love
Like
their
like they'll
storytelling.
reach out for a voiceover, but that's all they need. Everything else they've
Yeah,
got.
that's all. And then they can make this really engaging story. And I'm like, how do I do that? But with CraftWorks, with real people and having those interactions. And I just kind of there's a stopper when it comes to when I do that sometimes, and I just like get frustrated.
Well, like I've
Yeah.
got ideas on how to do that myself now,
Mhm.
but it's because I'm also working on the side project right now that's my editor brain knows how I want certain things to look over there.
Mhm.
And as I'm doing that, I'm thinking to myself, what if I put that into Craftwork somehow?
Mhm.
And so like I've got ideas and we'll just see how it goes later, but
Yep. Yep. I think we both had like ideas that we kind of threw into place for this season and then we scrapped. And then cuz I had a whole idea that I was going to go do my whole lore thing with the whole multi milliverse kind of thing, and I kind of scrapped it because I went with like I started to play off of Cube since he's right there.
yeah.
And in turn, Misty's done it, and I think that's really cool too. Because now he has like there's multiple multiverses going on.
Yeah.
There's the Mistyverse and the Milliverse, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun to kind of like play around with those things. Um,
Millie
but I know
just ends up in the
you
Mistyverse.
Oh, I know. I'm fully expecting to end up in the Mistyverse at some point. Like I like whatever was going on with my diamond, go see Misty's video on his theater. Something's happening. So I don't know what's going on with that, but um you had an idea that you had to scrap too this season, or you decided to scrap too this season,
I
right?
did. I did. I'm not going to spoil said idea because it might make
Just
a
in case he
return
uses
later.
it later. All right.
It won't be next season. Next season's theme is already picked out. Um,
Okay.
but I did have an idea, and anybody who might have seen the trailer from this season, if you're able to spot my build in the background of that, then that is the only bit of like
That you
uh,
had built for it.
well no, it's the only thing that is out there that actually
Yeah,
shows
okay.
what it could have been. But even then, that build doesn't actually show what it was going to be. So
No, 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 no. And I think it was a great idea, and I'm I'm sort of glad that you didn't go with it, knowing what I know
knowing
from
what I know
Hermitcraft.
now, yes. And
And
that
we were not spoil anything else, but like it could have crossed over with one of their themes over there this season, and we'll just leave it
yeah.
at that.
Yeah. I had music planned out. I had custom songs written and one actually fully produced and sent to me already. I'm glad that I didn't go that route because now I feel like I would have been,
Someone
yeah.
would have, yeah, like probably claimed that you were like copying somebody, and it's like not the case. Although I'm gonna say for the record that I think Hermitcraft's been watching us and has been taking some of our ideas, because Pearlescent Moon, after I made my first Millie Mail, made the mail thing afterward.
Well,
And
there's
Pearlescent Moon
yeah.
has made the firehouse after Feather had that idea. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, Feather had the idea. He never got it built though, did he?
He didn't get it. No, he didn't get it built, unfortunately. But he did start like the
Yeah.
idea with the fire
Yeah.
thing and like stuff like that. So it never
So,
got fleshed out.
I
But
mean,
like,
there was
I
Millie
don't
Mail,
know.
there was a number of things that we did and then they one-upped us on.
Oh yeah. So I mean, yes, I love seeing them be able to do something that we're not
We don't have the resources for.
we don't have the resources for. We don't have the time for. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I'm just saying, Hermitcraft. If you guys are watching this, like,
If you just want in on
feel
some of the
free to
action, I
just.
mean, we'll take a collab. I mean,
I mean, you could just like give us a little bit of credit for the idea.
there's that, or I mean, if you just want in on the idea, crossover maybe, or
Cross it. Oh yeah, we would love to cross it.
um,
We've got big ideas for like
we're
chat,
big
like
ideas but little people, okay?
little people, little people. We'd love to be able to, like we said, we'd love to do this for a living, and that is our ultimate goal, to get to that point, and however long it takes. And I mean, Hermitcraft took however many years to get as popular as it did. We're only on year 3, so like
Yeah,
we've got plenty of time.
I don't know, like so many plans, and so little time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's so many things we want to build, and I mean it's plenty of stuff to take us into quite a few seasons. And as Minecraft, so we'll go into some of the questions that were thrown at us, and I'm gonna say the new changes that are coming down the line. So we had, let me check my notes here. Let's see who said it. Ambient Steve asked, with the new baby mob revamp, what was my I'm most excited about. And I'm like, I'm kind of excited in general for the new updates. We're obviously like one behind now on the server. But
Yeah,
I'll ask that to you first, Lane.
I
What's
I tried thinking
your
about this.
most
I don't know. I'm gonna level with you. I have not paid attention to the next update. I
It's all new baby
I've
mobs,
seen well,
Lane.
I've seen that, but I have not actually looked at them. Here, you know what? I'll pull them up
All right.
on the other
So
monitor.
so I guess I'll answer while he's thinking about it. And there's like almost every single baby mob has been revamped if it hadn't been revamped already. And some of the, like, the kittens are different. Honestly, the fact that we'll have the golden dandelion to keep kittens, and obviously we did the mod this time around. Like
Yeah,
that excites me. The baby bees excite me. What did I gasp
the
at?
the
The
baby
new baby
chicks.
striders. The
The
new
baby
baby
strider is.
striders.
I've got it pulled up right here. It is adorable, and I want one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'll say, like, of everything in the baby sniffers look different too, which I think is really cute. But yeah, the baby striders, that was the first one that I actually gasped at this week.
The baby strider. It's adorable, and I need one in my life.
I know. And I'm gonna keep it a baby, and I'm gonna make it a little lava pond, and it's just gonna walk around as a little lava pond. And that's
Yeah,
what's gonna happen sometime next season, like once we get to that game version.
yeah. So
Yeah.
before we progress on anything,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there is a question that we didn't get to ask you last season when we interviewed
Oh
you,
yeah. Yeah.
and it's going to bother me if we don't ask it. Oh, I just fished up a bottle. Hydration check.
Hydration. Oh yeah. Let me take a sip here. All right, hydrated.
All right. So the grilled cheese question.
Yes.
You never got asked last season. That
I
started
never
after
got.
you.
It did start after me, and I have been like dying to be able to answer that question. So I am I am like very old school, two slices of white bread, buttered on both sides, and American cheese on a griddle.
And that's how we always did it growing up. I mean,
Yep.
that's the way I typically do mine.
Yep.
The
And it
standard
wasn't
grilled cheese.
until like I moved out of the house that I ever added like the tomato soup to it, but it has
Oh
to be
yeah,
like a good like basil tomato soup.
yeah.
And then and I don't like I've had other types of grilled cheese, like some of the fancier kinds, with fancier cheeses and stuff. I'm always going back to that original recipe.
Yeah.
I just like it the best. I don't know.
Well, there you go, chat.
So there you go.
Now we finally have the answer to that.
There we go. Millie is a very simple lady, and
Look,
I
that
love
there's
me
nothing
some
wrong
grilled
with that.
cheese.
Okay, so here's what we got to do now, Millie. This is going to be
Yes.
a running thing. We talked last episode, well, not last episode, but last interview about a group of crafters getting together and going to TwitchCon and having a grilled cheese cook-off. We could use another judge.
Yeah, like if I can get to it, if I could get my brain into a mode of being able to get across country to be able to go to TwitchCon, I will absolutely 100% take take place in a grilled cheese cook-off. I will even bring a griddle with me in my suitcase.
Heck yeah. Well, see, like we've already got Whiffs and Misty as judges because neither of them are cultured. Um, so
I mean, I want Joy to cook for us after listening to all of her recipes, and
well,
just knowing that she does that for like cooks for a living. Like, I want
after
that.
hearing that and also hearing her passion for beating up Gordon Ramsay in a Sonic parking lot, you know, I feel like it's not going to be a trip without her. You know.
No, no, absolutely not.
All I'm saying is maybe there'll be a little CraftWorks get together at the TwitchCon this year, and maybe
If
some
we
of
can
y'all
make
will
it
get
happen.
maybe some of y'all will get to meet some of us. That'll probably end up being my face reveal at that point. So
That would probably be your face reveal.
yeah.
And ladies, he is single. He's blushing now, I
Anyway,
know it.
anyway, look, I don't know where to go from here. We still got like 25 minutes left.
All right, we still got some more questions. Let me pull up the Discord chat and let's see. Well, okay, so we talked about Baby Maz. Just in general, in the next two updates, because by the time we get to the server, like next season, we'll have at least two updates to go through. Now, I know you said you haven't been following the latest update. Did you hear about the fact that we're going to be able to cut stone
I did hear that.
and
Yes,
deep slate into cobble with
I
the stone
did.
cutter?
I did hear that, and that is going to make me so happy because it means I don't have to carry my fortune pick everywhere.
I know, right? You can have your Silk Touch with you, and that's all you have to carry. I'm like, that's gonna change my hotbar, like,
Well, it's
by so
also
much.
well, it's also that. But as a builder, I use like the regular deep slate and the cobbled deep slate pretty regularly, you know. And I never have the regular stuff. I always only have the cobbled stuff. So this way, I can just collect regular, and if I need the cobbled, I can make it.
Yeah, see, and just being able to do that for all the redstone too. I was
Yeah,
thinking for your redstone the other day. I was like, can you imagine? Because we're always just Silk Touch and stone, and then to be able to make cobble when you need a whole bunch of deep slate, you don't have to pull it out and like tower it and like
exactly.
make cobble.
Exactly. Oh man,
But
it's
besides
great.
that, so the update before that, what are you most excited about from there? So we have all of the new underwater mobs and the spear and all the riding things. Like
Okay.
any of that stick out to you?
So I'll admit I've tried the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan, honestly.
Oh, really?
I'm not a fan. I tried it in Suffer Together and I didn't like it.
I'm surprised by that. Okay.
And as far as like the Nautilus goes, I love the Nautilus.
Oh yeah.
I
Could you
love the
imagine?
Nautilus.
Like, I kind of wanted to update this season once, just so we could have Nautilus like out here in the ponds.
I did think about that, but I don't want to go through the trauma again.
No, I know that like once a season is enough, I think. And that
Yeah,
was still more than the first two seasons, so
Yeah, and we learned a lot. So
We learned a lot, so I think we could do it without that much stress, but we do have a lot. Like, it doesn't seem like we have a lot of mods on the server, but we really do, so
yeah, and a lot of them are mods that you won't even know are there. They're just
nope.
there to help the server be smoother.
Yep. And to make it so that we aren't all crashing all the time for sure.
Exactly. But yeah, no, the Nautilus. I love the Nautilus. Now, what was the other thing? What was it, like a zombie horse?
So, yeah, so the zombie horses will be official. They'll be able to and the zombie camel.
Yeah, the
And
zombie
then you'll
camel. I
have the
have seen it and I
new
like it.
and the new whatever what was it called? The new skeleton that's the desert skeleton, which I can't remember what that was called.
W-
I
why am
know.
I
I'm
blanking
like,
on
it was
this?
Husk and then something else. And that's the one mob that I've been having the hardest time with.
I
And
don't remember, but I know I have seen someone die to it recently.
I died to one, so like when they had the thing for the cape,
Mm-hmm.
you had to like log on to Bedrock and kill like a whole bunch of mobs with a spear. And I spawned in on this, and I didn't record it or anything because I was just playing around on Bedrock. And I spawned in right next to a desert. And the first night, like the zombie skeletons, the husk, they were riding the camel, and I was like dying left and right to the spear. And it was just
Yeah,
like, oh my gosh, this is going to make things so much harder.
yeah. Well, like I feel like I've seen somebody die to it recently. I don't think it was in Suffer Together. It would have been in Wastes because that's mostly all
Oh, okay.
desert anyway. But I can't remember. So much has happened over there since then.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like it's gonna up the hardness. Now we play on a hard level server, but I feel like it's gonna up the hardness just that little bit more.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I'm cool with the update in general. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
it's not anything super game changing to me. Like, it didn't really,
No, no,
as a
it's not
builder,
adding
it didn't
any
bring
extra.
anything.
Yeah, it's not bringing any extra blocks this time, but I always feel like with an update, it brings new ideas, and then things can get scrapped because of the fact that you might have
Well,
something
exactly.
you weren't planning on doing this season, and now you're going to because of said thing.
Yeah. Well, like, and I also feel like balancing it out so like one update is good for builders and then one's good for the people that are just maybe more adventurers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty good way of them going about it, which seems to be
Yeah.
what they've been doing these last handful of updates anyway.
Yeah, because we had all the copper stuff, but we had adventures. I mean, the copper update was a good mix of both
Oh, I think
things.
so. Yeah.
And then this time around, like, well, we had the adventure, like if you're, into the underwater stuff, that's great. And then this, like the baby mob, whatever it's gonna be called, because we're still waiting at the point of when we're recording this, what the new update's gonna be called.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's for the collectors,
Yeah.
because I know like Jitterbug was a big collector of mobs.
Yeah.
And I think Joy is kind of collecting those mobs this season too. And I love to collect the different kinds of mobs too, because I like to have one of everything.
Yeah, yeah. See, I don't get super into the collecting, but it's mainly because
Yeah, you don't really have any animals at all this season.
I
You have Dr. Phil, but which
I
was thanks to me.
well, I do have Dr. Phil, but and I've got Gerald and Larold
Oh,
in my
yep.
storage room. That, and boy, that's a throwback for people. If you don't know, that's early in my channel.
That was in
Um
single player, right?
yeah, well, Gerald was.
Gerald was.
Larold came from Solely Survival Season 2, which got cut
Oh, yep.
short. Like, I've never been super big on collecting mobs because I don't stay in worlds long enough for me
Mm.
to want to do that.
See, I'm like that person. I've got to find those, at least my two cats. I usually have to go and find I have four at one point, and then I always had to find them to kind of recreate them just to have them in my world.
Well, that's
And
what I
then
do.
everything
Yeah.
else is kind of like, okay, this is extra. And of course, this season I had to get myself Marshmallow and bring her over
Yeah.
from the Adventure Guild, my single player, and that's why Marshmallow has her own place in the tower, and I've only built with her once, but
Yeah.
she's here. And I will probably have her every single season. And then there will be a baby Marshmallow or something probably floating around my base at some point too,
Yeah.
because I keep forgetting I need to hydrate one and keep them as a baby because it's amazing.
Well, you know, Larold and Gerald, I get those in every world that I go in now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
specifically Gerald. For anybody, like if you look at my YouTube banner, Gerald is in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot he was drawn.
Yeah.
You
Um
put him in there. Yeah,
yeah.
he's so
So
cute.
he like he's been in every world I've had since I started my channel. And Larold is also pretty much in that position now after Solo
Mm-hmm.
Survival Season 2. I don't remember if I got him last season in CraftWorks or not.
Yeah,
But
I
he's
don't remember if you did either.
but he's here
Hmm.
this season, so that's what matters.
Nice. Yep, exactly. So, all right, let's take a look real quick. Speaking of animals, Joy decided to ask us what our top three favorite dinosaurs were and why.
Okay, so this is where you're gonna think I'm uncultured. I don't know dinosaurs that well.
Well,
I
all
wasn't I
right, all
wasn't a
right.
big
You can
dinosaur guy.
just describe the. I mean, everybody's seen Jurassic Park, though. You have seen Jurassic Park,
It's been a
right?
really long time.
Not even the newer ones.
No,
Jurassic World, Lost World. No,
no.
you are uncultured.
I told
Uncultured.
you.
As well. Joy, Joy, we've got to talk to this man. We've got to okay. So like
Joy,
everybody
Joy,
has like the top three. Like everybody has to have a top three. It's like T Rex, Velociraptor, and Triceratops.
the
Like
three that everybody knows.
the three that everybody knows.
Well,
But the
yeah, there's my
Velociraptor
answer.
I like is the feathery one, the
Yeah,
one that people are drawing. Because there was a recent short that they used the very first Jurassic Park movie where the Velociraptors were hunting them in the main area of like the main building,
yeah,
and they made them feathery, and they were just as terrifying as they were as like the leathery skin dinosaurs.
yeah. Well, see, like I feel like I'd be more scared of the leathery. It's a texture thing, right? Like if I felt the leathery skin, I feel like I would be more freaked out than anything.
Then with the feathers?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know, man.
So when
It's
a goose chases you down in a parking lot, do you stand your ground?
no, when a goose chases you
See?
down, you book it.
Imagine a goose, but 10 times its size chasing you down.
Well, I mean that's fair. I just think as far as like the feel of it, like I don't know, just
I know you associate fluffy with
with
cute and
adorable, but
cuddly with
yeah,
adorable. My local science museum, which is a kids museum in town, has a giant T-Rex that's feathered like as a
oh
display model, and it
yeah,
is just as terrifying too. And I think it's amazing though. I'm like that would be my thing, like going back in time and going, "Oh, hey, what
yeah,
do these things actually look like? What did they actually sound like? And how really scary were they?"
yeah. Well, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know this. There's some science nerds in the comments. Let me know. But like I thought I remembered hearing somewhere that like for fossils and stuff, like obviously it has like skeletal remains,
Hmm.
but
Correct.
does it keep any hair follicles or anything like that at all?
Um, it depends on no, not really. But they have found fossils that they have found some proof of like the Archaeopteryx or whatever, however you pronounce that. They've seen some feather remains, so that's why they're starting to lean into that. There are some dinosaurs that are more reptilian. They're more like the crocodiles where they did have the leathery skin. They have found fossil proof of that too.
Okay.
So I think that's where that originally came from. They found it in a couple like newer specimens and
Yeah.
then
So this is
decided
a
that
more recent
everybody had
thing.
it. Right, exactly. It's only the feathery thing's only been since maybe the early 2000s, honestly.
Okay.
I'm a paleontologist nerd. I wanted to
Ah,
become yeah, I wanted to be a dinosaur. So
that would
Joy's
explain why
question
you got along
was
with Daskalo so well, I think.
yes. And that's why I love the archaeology thing too. Like I don't do a whole lot of side projects like you do, but I do pick and choose when something like really intrigues me.
Yeah.
So if like you guys can message me in Discord if you want to do some kind of collabs, like I'm not good for the insane, crazy, like I got invited to suffer and I just didn't feel like I could like have the energy. but like something mellow, like what with the archaeology thing with Daskless, that was up my alley. Like I like that kind of chill, like atmosphere, and just like maybe it's a
Yeah.
challenge, but it's like chill.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, like I'm always down for a collab, clearly, because I can't stop saying no to him apparently. Um, but like
Hey, you're having
let
fun.
let
That's all that
yeah,
matters.
let my schedule clear first. And also, if you ask, I'm gonna have to check out your content ahead of time
Yep.
and do my research before I agree, because
Yep.
we do reserve the right to say no.
Yep, exactly. But we do love the invites regardless of whether we
Absolutely.
say no.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, let's see what other questions we got in here. Oh, I didn't even do Whoopa's question.
Oh yeah.
Is what's been our favorite moment on the server together? And I was gonna be a little corny and go this moment, but like,
We've not
because
had many moments together this season.
not this season. Like the first two seasons, we were just always on nearly
We
at the
like
same
in
time.
each other's episodes all the time, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been really weird, honestly. Like I'll get on, I'm like, where's Lane?
Look, honestly, I log in some nights and I'm like, "Where's Millie?"
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, I will say that even though we haven't like had a whole lot of time together on the server, like I would say like maybe the trial chambers was one of my more favorite moments this season where we actually were like bopping together.
See, there was so much chaos that happened that day. I don't remember anything now. That was a rough day. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of it.
Oh my gosh. It was a lot. I think just having everybody together has been like so much fun though too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
I don't
know,
know.
honestly. I
Well, Whoopa, we need to spend more time together is what it is. So
Yeah.
so
As
maybe that's going to
as
be our
of
goal for the rest of the season. It.
as of right now, maybe it'd be the time, the unrecorded time of us like hanging out while you were building that weekend. We talked about last episode when the
Oh
group of
yeah.
us was down there doing the King of the Hill
Mhm.
thing and you were building.
Yeah, cuz the first part of the season we were like we both had the time off and we spent like all of our time on here.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think and we were all in group chat. And that's something that's changed this season too is that we are constantly in group chat together
always in a
now.
group chat.
Like there's always one run in. It's usually Blaze has started one and we all bop into that over the course of the evening and
Yep.
then even if we're just building or we're not doing any official recording, we're just supply gathering, we're just chatting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like typically what'll happen is if I'm recording, I won't join, but if I'm just resource gathering or whatever, nah, I'm
Mhm.
totally down. It
Yep.
just depends on what I'm doing. And that's why we use the
Mhm.
status mod here, which none of us has used here. um
Sometimes it just depends. I use it more when I am like either when I'm consciously recording or live streaming, like just so people
yeah.
aren't taken unaware or they have the opportunity of not being taken unaware by me coming up and I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm live streaming, say hi to chat.
Yeah. Yeah, the oh hey, I'm live streaming, watch your mouth.
Yeah, that too.
Oh man.
We
Yeah.
don't swear a lot with one another, but like once in a while it
Is
happens.
once in a
Or
what
just
what's
talking
yeah.
about life.
Once in a while something slips up. I think that's probably one of them. I know me and Melissa, we talked about like recently some favorite moments that we've had so far this season. I want to know some of yours.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
My favorite moments of this oh gosh. I gotta say, like, okay, so Cube and I have barely like I mean, we didn't have much of a chance to do too much. We started to do some stuff in season two to be able to like because we were neighbors at spawn. But this season, some of the things that he is like the day that I was live streaming and we were doing lore recording and Melissa was running around hiding from us and playing hide and seek during that time. Like that was one of the most fun days.
Yeah.
Cause it was so funny because I just like during my entire stream, I just kept looking for Melissa and Cube didn't even know she was there for half of it until I pointed it out.
Yeah.
And when he turns around, he goes like, "There's Melissa," and it was just a zombie piglet walking out of his
I
portal.
remember that. Yeah. I
And
remember that.
Melissa just like, "How like rude."
Yeah.
She just laughed, and it was like the best. And of course, the moment with Like the moment with Norm and you guys all doing the Hank and everybody on
Yeah.
King of the Hill,
Yeah.
which wasn't recorded, but like that moment, Norm coming up to me and telling me, "Hey, do you want Lederhosen for his video for his like little
Yeah.
polka thing that he did outside of your house?"
Yeah.
Like, that was an absolute blast. Oh gosh, like all these little moments that I've spent with people doing things. Like I have so many little tiny ones with Blaze, just like us hanging out
It's
and
always
just
the Blaze wheeze for me. It's
yeah.
always every time he wheezes. The gasps, the yeah.
I know I started doing it and then he started doing it and then we both noticed that Puddle does it and then like it's just that excitement when you find something that you didn't realize you were going to find or like some
Yeah.
idea strikes. Blaze, it's some idea hit him and that's what his gasp of excitement
It's
is.
either the idea hit him or he found something that he really likes building with.
Oh yeah, when he finds that like something that has completely inspired him.
Yeah.
Like
Or
oh,
if
when
it's
I was
plant
helping
related.
him. So when we were in Man Groovy, we were working with his little disco ball, and I came up with something, and he did one of those gasps when we
Okay.
kind of picked out the ball, and he did that gasp, and I was like, yeah, this is a Blaze moment.
That's and that is when you know you have won. Is when you get him
Yep,
to do that.
yep,
And
yep,
and
exactly.
and I really wish I had the recording cuz man, it was crazy. I remember so Puddle had invited me, and Blaze into his last season of Fishcraft, like
Mm-hmm.
for his last little bit of time on there because he was wrapping up the season and he wanted us
Mm-hmm.
to do some builds. So I put like a little like Solar Punky boat type deal out there,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing like little tree swing or whatever on the big tree that he built,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember what was said, but like we were talking about how Blaze and Puddle sound very similar,
Mm-hmm.
and they do. They do sound similar. I look, if we had both of them sitting here right now, chat, you would know. Just go play a Puddle Shine video and then play a Blazer video.
Yeah, and I think you somebody clipped it. That scene got clipped, and I've
Well, I
seen
did.
that scene around.
Well, I
So
clipped
like.
it. I did clip it, but like it was weird. It's like I was in the middle of talking about how they sounded similar, and then there was the gasp that happened.
No, oh, so I just had a thought. Like there was one funny moment during after the dragon fight when we were going around when Wen trying to take you out.
Oh yeah.
That moment, like something like when Wen went to put that bed down and like we were all just standing around, like I knew he was going after
I
you
knew he was
that
gonna
day.
do it.
And I just didn't know when, and I completely forgotten about it at that moment. And I was hanging out with you because I was fully planning on like hanging out with you for that
Yeah,
night, and
yeah,
then I ended up going off with Misty and Joy, which was just as fun, mind you,
yeah,
because oh
yeah.
my gosh, chaos with those two. But like the moment when Wen did that and he blew himself up, it was just like vindication.
And I love the way I edited that, like the way I clipped it. So like
Mm-hmm.
he mentioned it, and like he mentioned that he was gonna do it before we had ever left
Uh-huh.
spawn, and then I put the clip in, like the just half second clip of him doing it, right
Yep.
there, and then finished out the rest of the time, and then the full
Mm-hmm.
thing happened later, and it was so funny.
It was so
It
funny.
was so funny.
I even had to like make a point of putting that in my video too
Yeah,
because I'm like, and it had gone a little long where he had mentioned it, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna keep this in too. So it's in both of our videos if you
yeah,
guys want to go watch them. It was just hilarious. I mean, it all spurns back to Emmy put like with Oda in the bed on season one,
oh man, and
and
she's never
that's
gonna live
it's
that down.
she's never gonna live it down, just like I'm never gonna live down accidentally typing in yucky in the
Yeah,
comments in the chat. Did you
and
see
yeah.
Teddy actually named his box his for Christmas present yucky? And I was just like, Ted,
I look, I did see that, but I was more worried about being called Quasadilla Boy.
Quasadilla boy.
That was unscripted,
He
by the way, chat. That was unscripted.
he mentioned that in his most recent video again too, like talking about
Of course he did.
Quasadilla boy.
Oh man,
our Taco Bell friend here. Like, I love me some Taco Bell too, but oh my gosh, Lane.
Look, man, there's not a lot in this
Never gonna
town.
learn it down.
There's
Never
not a
gonna
lot
leave
in
it
this
down.
town, and I don't cook very often. So I need to cook more, but again, I come home and I content create. And
If you could
yeah.
learn how to cook one thing that you don't know how to cook, what would it be?
See, the thing is, I'm okay. I'm also like I'm a pretty picky eater as it is. So like a lot of things I've also not yet tried. So like I'm a very basic eater.
Mhm.
Like most of my diet is chicken these days. Um
I mean, chicken is lovely. I used to
yeah.
have a saying when I was a teenager that I could eat chicken every day, and I proved it more than once. I love chicken too.
Yeah. No, I mean that's most of my diet. Like
Speaking of you,
chicken,
chickens. I see you, chickens.
like chicken and burgers, the stereotypical stuff you'd expect me to eat.
Yeah.
That's basically 90% of my diet. I don't know that I have a thing that I would just go out of my way to learn how to cook right now. Like I do want to learn to cook more and cook better, but I'll
Mhm.
cross that bridge when I get there.
All right. I'll give you the pass for now, but you gotta think about it.
I'll think about it. You just sprung that question up on me without any warning. So
I wanna learn how to cook pizza better. I can do pizza, but it never tastes as good as when I buy the dough that somebody
yeah.
else has made. And it's I don't know, something about that. Or like a frozen pizza. Like I can still like cook a mean frozen pizza.
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, my local Walmart, they've got a buffalo chicken pizza in there that I eat almost religiously. So
I can't eat
now I'm
buffalo.
hungry, man.
I'm sorry. That's just the way the cookie crumbles with me.
Well, I got a
My
box of
goodness.
Gushers next to me. I have a snack.
See, I just had a big old dinner right before this.
I should have had a dinner
Fish fry.
before doing this, but no.
It was delicious. No, I grabbed you early. That was the
No,
problem.
you did grab me early. We started about an hour earlier than me and Melissa normally do.
But we had to do it before little old me got tired because oh my gosh, I get like wrapped
Yeah.
up in being just a little old lady sometimes.
I mean, hey, it'd be like that.
It do
I'm
be like that.
look, I'm in my mid-20s and look, I feel that.
See, I sent everybody a meme today. Like I sent a whole bunch of people a meme today. It's like that moment where you're everybody young thinks you're old and everybody old
Yeah.
thinks you're young, and it like there no truth has been said but that like just so everybody, if anybody is in like pre-20s, anywhere between your 20s and your 50s, and I'll even say like over 50s, and I because I know people who are over 50 who are just as much of a kid as I am, you just don't you're not old. Like don't call yourself old. Like just stop.
Just stop.
You're young. If you're not like 50 or older, then I feel like you're still young, and so I think everybody needs to stop calling themselves
Yeah.
old.
Oh, and look, the the way we spam each other with memes, you couldn't tell.
Heck no. Heck no. You could like no, like everybody on this server, like all the people that we all chat, we all send each other Instagram reels and stuff. And like it doesn't matter what age we are. We're all
Yeah.
doing exactly the same. We all like the same memes and the same jokes, and we're
Yeah.
all like throwing stuff at each other.
Now, granted, there are memes where I have to pick and choose where it's going, right? Like some things
Oh
I
well,
send to
yeah.
whiffs, I might not send to you, but
Oh yeah, like well, yeah. Same with me and Whiffs too,
yeah,
because like you wouldn't get any of the anime stuff, but Whiffs and I get the anime
yeah.
stuff.
And that's another beautiful thing I love about this group is we're all such good friends that we send each other memes on the daily, and
Oh yeah,
it's
that's our check-in with each other.
yeah,
Like I haven't seen somebody on the server for a week. I know that they're alive and kicking because they sent me like 4 reels
yeah.
yesterday, and
They're still thinking about me.
yep, exactly.
No, yeah, and I mean it's like even then, like some of the old friends from previous seasons, like
Hmm.
Feather still sends me memes. It
Nice.
he sends me memes on Facebook of all places.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, well, I think this is where we're wrapping up.
Oh yes, yes. Oh
Okay,
gosh.
do the
See,
outro, Millie.
well, Lane said it, like the two of us get going and an hour flies by in no time. Thanks everybody for watching yet another Craftworks podcast. Mel should be back for the next one, hopefully. If not, you never know. Like I might spring up at some point or another again. We're really excited though for all the future crafters. We really want you to support them all and make sure you're like checking out all the Crafters channels, check out their content, check out the creators. Everybody's super talented. If you haven't joined the Discord link will be down below. Craftworks has merch. We didn't talk about it that much in this episode. We talked about it more in the last episode. So check that out too. Support the channels, support the server in general, support like all the love and friendship and community and family we've kind of created here. And yeah, like come check us out next week.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all very much. And, give yourselves a hug from me
All right.
and from Crafters. Bye.
Bye, y'all.